Hello everyone and welcome, it's Shanna. I'm going to be working with Kat Scrappiness products today. You know I'm on their design team. We've got the Crafters Essential Winter Die Set and we've got the Stitched Swirling Snow background, and that's what we're going to be working with. I've also popped up in the corner there, they're having a moving sale and all of these products are on sale. So if you like to support small businesses, you might go check out their channel or their store and see what is on sale. I'll put some links in the description box below so you can check it out. But it would sure help them out if you are interested in checking out some of these products. They are on sale now, and it will help her so that she won't have so much that she has to move. So I'm just going to get this panel lined up here. I've cut it at A2, and that's the same size as my background die here. And so I'm just using some washi tape to get it lined up so that I get the nice stitched detail all the way around the edge of my card base. So we'll just pull this off and take a look at it. It really adds some dimension. Look at that. You've got snowflakes and swirls and everything, and it'll really add some background interest. So I'm just going to bring in a card base and we'll get it scored up, and then we'll just begin building our card. You can see I've got my washi tape on there, and it really pressed it in there and I couldn't get it off, so I'm just going to leave it on there. And I had left my glue press laying on the base for, I don't know, it's a day or so anyway, maybe a couple days, because I made my videos ahead of time. But I'm making today's video, Christmas video, on Christmas because I didn't load one. Anyway, I'm going to fuss with that glue press quite a bit just because I had left it sitting there for a couple days. And I'm going to try and get this panel laid down on this card base. And I just keep moving it and moving it. And it takes me a minute to get it exactly where I want it. And I'm going to have to trim it up because I just cannot get it laid down on there right. And then my base is a little bit off. So we'll give it a good press, and you can see the edge there. I'm going to need to trim. So I'll go to my guillotine, trim it off, and come back and get it pressed down. So next we're going to bring in the winter scene, this Crafter's Essential Die, and I can use my little scout for all of it because these pieces are narrow enough that they'll fit on there. Now I've got some Dune cardstock from Spellbinders. I'm using all Spellbinders cardstock. That's Dune. The background panel, I think, is called Cloudy Sky or Stormy Sky or something. I don't know. And this is a scrap of Dune that I had, and I'm just going to use it for my little buck. I've got some white hammer mill that I'm going to use for my snow hills. And I'm just going to cut it in half and make two passes with the two different snow dies here. And they're designed to where you can layer them up and you'll just kind of have like a little hill scene. So we'll get them run through the die cutting machine and we'll have some snow mounts. So last night we had a nice little Christmas celebration with my youngest daughter and her family and my sister and my nephew. And we had a really nice time. Apart from, we had internet problems and our TV runs off the internet. And so we were trying to watch Christmas movies, but the internet was down. So it was very annoying. I've been very frustrated with our internet. And so we wound up doing some different things. Well, the boys wanted to do directive drawings. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. On YouTube, you can search directive drawings and search, whatever you want to draw. And you can probably find a video for it. They wanted to do Santa, so we searched directive drawings with Santa. And so the boys and I both drew Santas along with the YouTube instructor. And they turned out really nice. We all three had really nice Santas. And once we drew them, then we used the alcohol markers and colored them in. I should have videoed that. That would have been fun. Anyway, And then we got them all colored in, and we were really surprised with how well they turned out. So I told the boys we all had to write our names on them. And then we took and hung them on the windows so that people coming up could see our Santas. I thought it was fun. The kids loved it. It was a fun activity. And then we wound up playing Farkle and doing that. So what I'm doing now is I've die cut the trees out in fern cardstock from Spellbinders, and I'm just using my pokey tool to get the little bits out and get it pulled out of there. So now we've got our snow, our buck, and our trees, and we're ready to get to working with it, and we're just going to start building our scene. So I'm going to kind of eyeball how I want this on my card, just to kind of get an idea. This isn't exactly where we'll land, but I'm just kind of building my scene here. And I've decided to go ahead and I'm going to bring in my purple blending brush because I'm going to add some shadow to my snow, and just thinking how I'm going to do it. And I decide that I'm going to go ahead and tape these two layers together with my tape runner, and then I'll add my shadows. So we'll give this a good press. And then I just, whatever ink is left on this purple blending brush I'm using, and it's not a lot, but it is enough just to add a little bit of dimension to our snow. So we'll just get some ink laid down on here. So we played Farkle, which is just a dice game. I don't know if you guys have played that or not. We just played a game of that, and that was fun. And then we had our dinner. I made homemade lasagna. I make that every year for Christmas Eve. And we had homemade lasagna, and we had salads and garlic bread and some garlic breadsticks. And then we had all of the yummy goodness. So I'm going to use some green and try to add some dimension to these pine trees here. But there's not enough green on my blending brush, so I'll wind up bringing in some pine needle distress oxide and adding some more green to it. So we also had, everyone came early, and we had hors d'oeuvres, and I had made like a charcuterie board with cheese and crackers, and we had buckeyes, and we had some summer sausage, and we had Chex Mix, and we had ranch pretzels. We had a bunch of stuff. We had some dill dip and some chips and just a lot of different things. So we had quite the feast. And then for dessert, we had those Little Debbie Christmas cake dip, some kind of a dip my daughter made with some vanilla. Oh my goodness, sticks. Anyway, so we had plenty of food. We definitely ate more than we should have. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Vintage Photo and then just add some ink to my buck. And it'll add some detail and some dimension to my buck. And then we'll have everything blended, and we'll just get this mess cleaned up off my desk. And we'll be able to start assembling our card. The internet did eventually come on after my husband spent I don't know how long on the phone with the provider trying to get it fixed. Needless to say, he was not thrilled with having to mess with that. But anywho, okay, so let's get this laid down on here. And we wound up watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which is a essential for my family at Christmas time. We always watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We have it memorized and can quote the movie word from word. So I'm going to try and make a puddle of glue because I thought this would be the best way to add some glue to these pine trees. I'm going to bring in some Kat Scrappiness, a product I've not worked with before. It's Kat Scrappiness Fluffy White Snow. Here it is. It's called Fluffy White Snow Topping. And so I added a little bit of glue to the edges of my pine trees, and I'm just going to sprinkle this on there and try and get some of this glue on there. I think now that I've done it, I probably I should have used glossy accents for my glue, but I just used my glue press. I think the glossy accents might have been giving it a little shinier look too. And I'm trying to decide how I want to get more on there, and I don't want to make a mess. So I'm just going to sprinkle some more on there and pat it down. And just try to add some fluffy white snow to my trees. I'm just adding some more glue, and I'm going to pick up some more of that and lay it down on there. It is a little bit messy, so if you're not into messy, it is a little bit messy. But I think once you get the glue on there and press down on it, it'll stay on there just fine. Just adding some more glue in some areas where I feel like I want some more snow. And there we go. And I'm cleaning it off the tip of my glue press because it did, when I added it after I had put some on there, it did kind of get some of that on my glue tip. So now we'll get our snow laid down on here and we'll start creating our scene. Still having trouble with that glue press. And I'm just using a pen that I have and sticking it in there and kind of cleaning it out. There we go. Now we can get some glue laid down on there, and we'll lay this on our card, and then I'll just snip off the overhang. And I'm just using those big Tim Holtz scissors and trimming it off. Okay, now let's just get our trees laid down on here. And I left the edge of that snow open so that I could tuck it if I wanted to. Here we go. I've got to bring that pin in again. The struggle is real. And now it's flowing well. So we'll just tuck part of our tree in there and get it laid down on there. I'm just kind of testing that snow to make sure it's still stuck on there really well and just pulling off a little bit that I wanted to get off of there. And then we're going to bring in our buck. And I'm going to pop him up. We'll put some, just some foam. I'll have to cut it down because it's not a very big buck. The area's not very large on there to add your foam tape. So we'll just cut it down and tuck some on there. And get this laid down on our card. And I'm going to kind of position his head. There's kind of a blank space on that one pine without any snow, and I thought I'd just put his head right over there just to kind of fill that in and just kind of clean up my mess. And I'm going to blend around his feet just because there would be some shadow there where he's standing. Trying to get a little bit of ink. Not sure I got much on there. But I think it looks nice. Now all we need is a sentiment. So I'll go searching for that. And what I'm going to use are some Kat Scrappiness simple sentiments. And I'm going to bring it in and show you. This is really cool. She's got several stamp sets that stamp out several different sentiments. And they're holiday related and there's everyday. And then you use that die and you can cut them all out at once. So you have like 20-some sentiments from one stamping and one run through your die machine. And I love those to use, for simplicity. You can get a whole bunch of sentiments all at once and then store them in your little container and pull them out as you need it. And that's what I did. I had previously done this, and I pulled out my little Kat Scrappiness container that had all my little sentiments in there. And it says, just stopping by to say thank you. I thought, the just stopping by, the deer's just stopping by, there. And then I'm adding the thank you because, Christmas is over and I'm going to have to get my thank you cards for my gifts. So I thought this would make a nice little thank you card. And I think it turned out cute. So I hope you like it. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day and a Merry Christmas. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.